You know what? You know what the thing about Dark Souls 3 is that makes it not on the same level as Bloodborne in Dark Souls 1? For me, the biggest thing is that really the first act of the game, especially in terms of level design and the levels looking interesting and feeling interesting to run through and fight through, they all kind of suck. This level's pretty boring and pretty hard to navigate for the first many hours. For your first playthrough, this part of the place is hard to navigate. Even though it's not actually that complicated, it feels just way too big, even though it's not. Rat's Nest is or Rat's Nest. Night's Rest. Oh my god. Rat's Nest? Night's Rest. Holy shit. Night's Rest. Pretty good. I mean, it's a really, really small, simple area, and I actually do like the area that like is a transition between High Wall of Lothric and Night's Rest. You know, kind of the like 1 or 2 minutes of dungeon leading up to it. That area is pretty cool. I like that. High Wall Jail sucks. It's just same as High Wall of Lothric. Abandoned Storeroom sucks. Consume King's Garden's pretty good. It seems interesting when you get there the first time, but there's actually not very much in it, and it's also just not super challenging. It's pretty basic. Lothric Castle's pretty cool, obviously. I think I probably need to go back there again. I probably missed some stuff. Yeah, Foot of the High Wall sucks. Tower Basement. Cliff Underside. This whole area, I fucking hate. I hate the dilapidated bridge and Cliff Underside. I can't remember what Tower Basement is right now. Yeah, the whole dilapidated bridge area, everything leading up to the Great Wood Tree fight is awful. It's so boring. And it's such a fucking trudge to get through if you're actually gonna play through it. Where is it? Yeah, Farron Keep, you got your fucking poison swamp level. It sucks ass. The Road of Sacrifices. I don't think there's a bonfire for the Road of Sacrifices, but that place really sucks too. It's really boring. You only get 2 enemy types for the whole thing, and they're not super annoying, but they're not too fun to fight either. I actually think the catacombs are pretty good. Like, usually the underground dungeon levels in Dark Souls or in the Souls-like games are kind of boring, but I actually think the catacombs in this game are like probably the best catacombs type area in the whole series, including like Bloodborne and Sekiro, but Sekiro didn't really have something like that. Smoldering Lake is really, really, really weird. What an incredibly bizarre, weird, trolly level. It seems incredibly hard the first time you get there, but it's actually not. It's deceptively. It's one of those levels. There are sections of it, the interior hallway sections with all the fireball enemies. That's pretty hard. But yeah, Smoldering Lake's interesting. I'll put it this way. I think Smoldering Lake, if you do it in co-op, is actually really, really fun. It's pretty challenging. Again, it's really weird. There are a lot of surprises in it. It's one of those areas where when you walk into the main area, you can see your end goal high up and far away, and slowly over time. It has at least one boss, maybe like a couple sub bosses too. I think Smoldering Lake's pretty great if you do co-op. It's really fun. It's fine by itself. Yeah, and everything leading up to that, the catacombs, they're pretty good. Central Irithyll is beautiful. I do like Central Irithyll. I think it's pretty fun. I think the enemies are pretty fun to fight. Again, in co-op, it makes it very easy, but still very fun. Yeah, this is kind of connected. Church of Yorkshire, pretty good. Distant Manor is all right for a really dimly lit underground kind of area. Yeah, Irithyll Commons, everything leading up to Anor Londo, and Anor Londo itself, I think, is pretty good. Pretty fun. The area with the 2 giants and like the 3 like mage characters who attack you in that huge courtyard. That's pretty cool. Irithyll Dungeon is fine. Profane Capital's pretty cool, all things considered. Swamp of Sin is fine. It's very small. Archdragon Peak and Grey Belfry are pretty tight. Yeah, so I mean, overall, I would say that is definitely the one and really only huge thing for me that keeps Dark Souls 3 from being my favorite or even a top tier, is a lot of these levels just are pretty boring and dull and hard to navigate. Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2, once you run through an area like 3 or 4 times, it's really just kind of in your head. You just kind of get it. That's not the case with this game for a lot of these areas. And again, they're really ugly to look at. A lot of these areas, and a lot of Dark Souls is supposed to be very ugly, but Dark Souls 1, the quote-unquote ugly areas are still very cool to look at. They're very interesting. Like New Inn Orlando, the Sunken City. That place is a really cool design. There's only like 2 colors there, like blue and black for the whole thing. But the idea of it is really cool, and it's super memorable. And once you've gone through it like twice, it really sticks in your head because of how fucking hard it is. And then, of course, Blighttown. I actually love Blighttown. I really do. I think it's a fun level. I think it's very creative with what it does.